I think there's a new concern based on action. And this is a good front office. Like when we talk about the offensive line, we're not sitting here saying that this front office is awful. Like Nick Caserio has gotten this organization in 4 years to larger heights than any of us could have imagined. Like we acknowledge that, we accept that, we respect that. We know you're not going to be perfect in every area, but we also know that expectations are higher. So you evaluate this team differently than you would before. So I don't really, when I say that Nick Caserio is bad at evaluating offensive linemen, that happens. Like there's some organizations that are bad at evaluating quarterbacks. That sucks way worse. Or they're bad at evaluating receivers. That sucks way worse. Corners, D-line, like that's way worse. But I will say this though, the wide receiver position is a problem right now, and it's not good enough to be elite. And that's not based on like some knee-jerk reaction to what happened with the Jets with Hutchinson and Mechie or anything like that. That's based on the actions that they showed in the offseason when they pursued Keenan Allen aggressively and they pursued Stefon Diggs and acquired Stefon Diggs. Like they told you last year, even when they had Noah Brown in this wide receiver group, that wide receiver was a very important thing that they needed. So they've kind of taken a step back now. And that naturally happens with injuries. Hell, the Lions don't have Hutchinson and they're trying to improve their squad, but the wide receiver position has to be a concern along with the offensive line. And that's just based on something that they've done very well and what they did this offseason.
Yeah, there are veterans that I believe are better than what Xavier Hutchinson and John Mechie give you right now, and you still need a solid third receiver that's reliable. And I'd love to tell you that's Robert Woods, but Robert Woods gets hurt a lot at this point in his career. So I'd try to add some sort of veteran who's played a lot of football, who's played more football than Mechie and Hutchinson. And the name that comes to mind is Darius Slayton from the Giants. Try to get him if I was the Texans.
He's a good player.
Yeah, he's better than John Mechie and Xavier Hutchinson.
Yeah, he might be better than Noah Brown. I mean, if we're being honest, I like Noah Brown. You brought up the Noah Brown thing, and that's been kind of a popular topic. And you know how I feel about Noah Brown. I love Noah Brown. I like the toughness. I know he wasn't completely healthy last year, but they don't make the playoffs without Noah Brown. But it does go back to the decision they made getting rid of Noah Brown. And I don't know that he produces that much up to this point. I don't even know how much opportunity Noah Brown has. Although you have had Robert Woods miss games. You have had Steven Sims be unplayable, and you've had Tank Dell miss games, and you've had Nico Collins miss games. So it's kind of rich to say that you got rid of Noah Brown because he missed games when Tank Dell missed half the season. Nico Collins had missed a large amount of games relative to how long he had played. Robert Woods was getting older, and all these guys are out. And I think you would kill to have Noah Brown on this roster right now. I don't even think it's close. And we see Noah Brown being a slight contributor in Washington. Like if you told me they were going to add Noah Brown right now, I'd say, okay, that's a good move. But they got rid of him in camp.
Noah Brown's run 3 more routes than Xavier Hutchinson. Okay. He's run 3 more routes. He's got 318 yards. Xavier Hutchinson has 64 yards on the season. We want to talk about opportunity. Oh, he's a 2, and Hutchinson's been a 4 and a 5 for most of the year. Okay, all right, that's fine. They've run the same amount of routes, and he's 3 times as productive.
Yeah, and there's and CJ said this after the Jets game. He said it's hard to imagine doing something along the lines of you could have any receiver out there, and if you're not blocking, you're not going to get the job done. You kind of heard CJ say that, and I do agree with that, but I also don't think that these guys are getting open. Although Metch did get open on that one touchdown, CJ missed him. I think he's kind of running for his life. So who knows? But the wide receiver position, it is a new area of concern because they told us so last offseason.
Something I talked about with somebody last night. We were talking about trading for a offensive lineman, and the conversation was, hey, they've had 2 years to basically teach these guys the system, and it hadn't looked good. How could they teach a guy how to learn the system in a few weeks if they did trade for somebody?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Well, the other thing about the offensive line is that was supposed to be something better about this system because you always heard and you talk to guys who played offensive line and they would talk about O'Brien's system. They'd be like, well, man, it's just so damn hard to learn. And It's almost like taking a test. I don't think system knowledge is the problem. Like maybe preparation and stuff. I don't think system knowledge is the problem when it comes to the offensive line. At least I hope not.
Well, we have overwhelming evidence now that this is a talent issue and it's not anything else. Like there's overwhelming evidence that the 5 guys they've put out there for most of the season aren't good enough. Shaq Mason's playing the worst football of his career, according to Pro Football Focus. Titus Howard's inconsistent. Laramie Tunsil's the most penalized player in all of football. He's the only player with double-digit penalties. Kenyon Green got progressively worse over the course of the season, and Juice Scruggs has been a disappointment at center. It's a talent issue. We've got so much evidence that it's a talent issue. It's not a Bobby issue. It's not a D'Amico issue. It's not a CJ issue. It's not a Dalton Schultz and Cade Stover and Team Quintiriano issue. It's not a Daria Gumbawale issue. It's a talent issue with these 5 guys.
And it goes back to Nick's weakness, evaluating offensive line, and it all like it is the center base of any problem that you discuss when it comes to the Texans. We started talking about the receiver. It goes back to the offensive line, no matter what we're talking about, any area of this football team. As much as things change and as many splashes as you make, the more they remain the same, whether you're investing in the offensive line or neglecting the offensive line. It seems like damn near since the start of this franchise, it all goes back to the guys up front.
So